Welcome back, y'all. Today let's do a little bit more tarpology. We're going to work on a ridgeline shelter, and I'm going to use my DD Hammocks 3.5 by 3.5 meter tarp. This shelter could be used with a hammock. That's what I'm going to be using tonight. Or this could be a great group shelter, a little bit of a base camp shelter with lots of room for many people to be able to hang out underneath if you needed to hunker down and get out of the rain for a little while. So I have a ridgeline set up behind me. I'm going to go ahead and throw this thing over. First thing I'm going to do to keep in mind is the ridgeline loops on the tarp. I'm not going to run it with the ridgeline. I'm going to run it the opposite direction. Just going to hook this end up to a prusik knot with the carabiner. Then I'm going to do the same thing to this side. Take another carabiner, hook it up to a prusik knot and pull it tight. So I'm going to go to what's the back side of my shelter. I'm going to go from the corner. I'm going to go in one loop. I'm going to attach a guy line and I'm going to pull it out at a 45-degree angle. On the other side, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go in one loop, attach a guy line and pull it out then at a 45-degree angle. So I grabbed myself a tall stick here. What I'm going to do is go to the center loop here on the front side then. I'm going to pull this out and I'm going to hang it in this stick with the guy line about, say, approximately 6 feet. I'm going to go ahead and stake this guy line out and pull it tight. Then for the left and right corners for the front, we're just going to put a short guy line on here, pull it out and stake it down. And then on the back corners, we're going to do kind of the same thing. We're going to bring these in and pin them tight. And we kind of brought those in at an angle a little bit. That way we get a little bit of side coverage from our back side and then from our front side. This is the reason why we did our ridgeline loops going front to back of our shelter. Have ourselves another stick, give ourselves a little bit of elevation. Wrap this sucker around a couple times. Then we're just going to pull this out and stake it tight. And this is going to open up just a little bit more room on the back side of our shelter then. That's a total of 8 guy lines for this shelter. We got 5 in the back and then 3 up here in the front. This gives us tons of space in here. We're going to use this as a hammock shelter for the night. Because I do have this backside pulled out as well, there's lots of extra room in the back. So not only could I get a hammock in here, but somebody could very easily lay out a ground sheet and be able to camp on the ground right here along the side, with plenty of room for gear or several chairs and a table. And you can easily make this into a group hangout place for your base camp. Y'all, I'm using the Walmart brand Equip, what they call their single person travel hammock. Yeah, I think that will do. That gives us nice height to be able to sit. Pretty comfortable. So I'm using the Travel Bird 5-in-1 poncho as my underquilt again. The inflation bag to my Trekology pillow blew out, but I have the casing of it. And all I did was took my puffy jacket and I threw in there. That makes a great pillow. I have the Travel Bird flexi fold table, and then also my Marchway backpacker's chair. And this is my Snug Pack jungle bag that I'll be using as my overquilt. I have laid out here an example of how big this shelter is. You can see how much room that I have here. Plenty of space for somebody to crash out on this backside. Have a chill area here in the front, plus your hammock. Having these back corners pulled down gives us a little bit of side protection. Obviously pulling this out gives a lot more space to move around on this backside. Got good headroom up here in the front. These front corners being brought down gives us a little bit of side protection as well. And at the same time, it's nice and airy. Got good views. So I set this shelter up a couple weeks ago on a camp trip that we did like a hike with the family and everything. It was a trip that I didn't film because, you know, every now and again I need an adventure out there where I'm not filming, so I can be a little bit more in the moment and just soak everything in and not worry about doing any filming. But I'm out for another trip. I wanted to set up the hammock, share this shelter with you. Let me know what you think in the comments. I don't know how well it will pick it up, but right there in the tree, it's a lion's mane mushroom. It's a little ways up there. Jen's going to try to knock it down with a stick. There we go. It fell down.
Caught it.
Here's a little pavilion that we're hanging out at this evening. And there's the lion's mane mushroom. So it grows with all those hairs going down towards the ground. Those are healthy mushrooms, medicinal, and very tasty. It's pretty neat. Steven and Jen's got their tent set up. Right here's the creek. If you can see me, I'm right there. It's going to be nice hearing that as I go to sleep. This is a nice little picnic area. Unfortunately, the road's right there. There's a little bit of traffic, but there's a bunch of picnic tables and grill areas. It's a beautiful spot. Then as we hike down here a little bit, we got this awesome bridge across the creek, and then there's a hiking trail over here on the other side. I don't think too many people really come and enjoy this area. It's kind of overgrown a little bit. This is kind of like a hidden little gem out here. And as you go on that way, then there's all kinds of hiking trails that go on up the mountain. There's several miles of trail up there. And we'll do some more exploring in that area. Cheers. Thank you for joining me today. Stay tuned. Laters, y'all. Crickets are singing a nice song for the evening, and I can hear the creek there in the background. It's going to be singing me a perfect little lullaby to go to sleep with, so y'all have a good night. All right.